I'm going to try to do this real quick. Hopefully this camera is recording, because I don't know, something's wrong with the camera. Keeps shutting off and restarting, and the videos that are on it keep getting deleted. So something's wrong with it. It's the old camera, so it's happened before. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do real quick, and try to do it in like 20-minute video so I don't waste too much time if the video don't go up. I'm always trying to explain to you guys, anybody that comes to my channel, that we can see the true creator, we can see the true creator's work, and we can see the builders for ourselves. And then there always comes into this, the part that people have a hard time with, is all this air that you can't see anything. Transparency, I guess you could call it. So you know that there are what you call invisible particles, transparent particles, that are in the air leading up to this tree right here, or to that rock right there, right? So what I'm always telling you guys about digitally collecting the EMNC, or just visually collecting the EMNC with your own eyes, the nice thing about the camera is you can keep changing angles. I can move the camera around, change my angles and distances of perspective with the camera. So therefore, when you go to remaster the video, which is what I'm going to do with this video here, and I'm going to explain why I'm going to remaster it and why I have no choice but to remaster it. Because I'm going to be digitally collecting from, just like with the clouds, things that are moving. I'm going to do it all in one video. I'm going to go from the tree right here, that's a living creature as far as you know, right? I'm going to digitally collect the EMNC from here, from right around this distance. See, I got a tripod set up here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go for something dead. There's a dead tree under there. It's just a little stump. So I'm gonna digitally collect from that stump, and that's gonna show us that. I hope that anybody that comes to this video does exactly what I'm about to do in the next 20 minutes, because this is gonna show you a lot. You need to get it through your head what it is I'm explaining, and therefore you'll understand so much more by just going and looking and doing what I'm about to show you, and looking for yourself. All right. So, anyways, the reason for the dead stump, the dead tree, is to show you that the builders, the true creators, builders, build everything in this realm, even death. They even build death. So rotting, decay, right? So that's going to be shown when we digitally collect the EMNC from there. It looks like there's enough light getting in there, like I should have no problem. And then I'm going to digitally collect from this rock, which I do a lot with this rock, because it's right here in front of me most of the time when I'm out here throwing my camera up. On the other side of this rock, I might as well just go over here. So this is the part that's interesting to me. And I don't know what the interest is yet. I don't know. It's just something about it. And this rock's been here all along. I never really looked that much into it. But ever since YouTube started putting down condensation trails in my videos, it's always bothered me, and it was getting worse and worse. And there was a lot of times where I don't even talk about mineral streets or clouds or anything, and they're still putting condensation trail fucking warnings in my videos. And I know what that's all about. I know they own all sides of it. So I know they're going to try to take people down the roads of conspiracies, of chemtrails, and geoengineering, and cloud seeding, and all that kind of shit and everything. So I don't get into any of that anymore. I don't have time. I'm trying to show you guys the true creator and the true creator's work, and false creator / creator. And it's very easy to see it all. Anyway, this square area here, I don't even know if I'm pointing at it because there's glare in the camera, but it's right here somewhere. There's something about it. I don't even know what. But the video that I did the other day, that part got cut out of what I was doing because I was talking a lot. And kind of talking about the same thing I'm trying to talk about now. I'm going to try to be a little more detailed about it this time. But I just wanted to mention that. I'm going to come back at all this with the red filter in a minute. So anyways, we're going to go from digital collection from that bush. I won't call it a tree. Then this dead stump. then this stone. Then I'm going to set the camera up on the tripod here, and then we're going to go, I'll probably do a ground area, just of a landscape area. I'll pick an area where there's no human influence, like right there. I should go grab my cropping tool. That's why I use this camera, so I can pause. So I'll go get my pointer, maybe, I don't know, and my cropping tool. Because if it's on the tripod, I can probably use my little pointer. Anyway, I'm going to set it up here. And then I'm gonna remind you when I do, in about 2 minutes, that this is all the air that we're talking about that's all around us, and that the builders are building everything in here. So we're only going up to one side of these trees, one side, from this front side. The builders build in all directions, up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in, and out. So we can also get to do the same thing by going in the middle of those trees and looking out, right? I can go stand in the middle of I'm not going to, but I'm just pointing that out. Because what I'm trying to stress to you is that you can see all of the evidence of the builders. You can see the builders, the energies that are using the carbons to build everything in here. And we can see them. Because there are gazillions of triangular shapes all in here. And you're going to see them as nothing. Because you see this as nothing. You see it as transparent oxygen. So I'm trying to get you to see that it's more than that. So by doing what I'm about to do, I'm hoping to be able to do that. So we're going to look deep into the trees. I'll bring the camera up. And then I'm going to bring the camera back to the first fire. I'm going to start the fire while we're looking at the trees. Then you'll understand that the builders are there. And then when I light so the builders are here. It's not like they're going to run over there and build when I light that fire. No, when I light that fire there, we're going to look through and we'll digitally collect the EM&C so that you understand that the builders are all there, right from that fire up and from the trees up, down, left, right, backward, right. Then I'm going to come over here. I'm going to back the camera back up to here and light this fire. So then you get an understanding of what I'm trying to get to you. And then if there were any clouds in the sky, we'll see if there are any at the time. Well, there's one right there, very small. But then you understand what I'm saying when I aim at the clouds and I say, okay, same thing goes. So from us all the way up to that cloud, you understand that the builders are all there. So if you want to see the builders, you just have to create something to see the evidence of them, such as a fire or any other thing, of running water or whatever you want to splash on them. Sometimes I can digitally collect from the rain. I can digitally collect from the lightning. Another thing that I may try to get into, we'll see what happens, is the timelines. The timelines are visible to us everywhere from the veil to the ground. And learning about the timelines is going to be important and also easy for everyone too, because what happens is all these images are all, I'm cropping them up to their timelines, but I don't go all the way to the timelines, because if you do, you take out the visual of it. You don't allow yourself to see what the builders are building you. You interfere with it if you go all the way on a timeline. So I stay a little bit away from it, but I let my eyes appreciate the timelines. Something that some of the larger timelines you're going to think of as, for example, there's very large timelines right here, and you're going to say, well, that's just a break in the trees. Okay, I gotcha. But if you look and we start taking an image that's broken, so take this large timeline, and then we take an image from each side, right? In other words, half the face ends up here, half the face ends up here, like the one I'm going for now. So the face ends up on both sides of the timelines. But if I come to the timeline, then I get the images that were meant to be within that timeline. And then if I pull back out, yes, I can see the images, and yes, everything blends because it's all in the True Creator system. But if we want to understand and appreciate the timelines, even in a simple thing like looking at the trees, then that's all I got to do. So I go like this, just same thing I do in the moon to identify timelines. So in the moon, it's even more important, but down here, there has to be something to this where it makes it much easier just knowing that all around us are these timelines. Even us, we have the timelines in us. Let me try to do this one. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna put us on the tripod and get started. Okay, I'm gonna start with right here. I'm at a pretty decent distance. This is that bush that I always mistakenly call a tree, but whatever. And I'm just gonna stay right about here because I'm gonna remaster this video, so I'm not really gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to pull it all out right now. I mean, I might crop a few or something like that. Alright, let that roll for a second. And then while I'm here, this is going to be my starting point anyway, so let's see, where's the best spot? Oh, right here, it's all dirty. I need to get some light on here. Let's see, maybe if I come back. There we go. Let's get some more light on there. There we go. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm here. These are my eyes I'm using in the camera. So here I am standing here showing you evidence of the builders because I can see the imagery. I'm showing you evidence of the builders building me feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. And I'm also showing you the triangular builders that are building me right now. And I'm standing here holding this camera, having a smoke while I'm doing this. And then I'm going to go back in on the tree, because now I'm going to go in, on the bush I mean, because now I'm going to go in deeper, and I'm going to go in here. Because then what I'm trying to do is show you that from me to where that bush is, we think is nothing. We just think of it as air. It's not. The builders are all around us, building everything. They will build accordingly to whatever you feed them. All the heavy metals and minerals needed to build that tree, that bush, whatever, were provided as the tree grows, as the bush grows. It stays that way. All right, I'm gonna have to take this thing out for a minute. Because now I'm gonna go into here. Trying to get some light on the subject. Gonna remove some grass so I get a nice collection, digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call this dead stump tree. And once I collect some of the imagery, I'll pull back out so you can see. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over and over. Triangular builders. Take out the triangular builders. Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm going to have no problem extracting all this on a remaster. I'm not going to try doing it now because it's just going to make for a shitty video if I try doing that. Go back up here to get away from the grass. Okay, just a dead stump. Okay, so that you see and understand that the builders build everything in here, including death. There's no light on this side of the stone. I wanted to work on that square, but I'm not going to. It's going to make for a shitty video. So here, going to come over here. Real nice, beautiful. Digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call this rock in the yard. Lights and shadows, lights and shadows, lights and shadows, and also angles and distances of perspective. I see everything that I'm collecting right now. When I go to do the remaster, I'll go in on it with you. It's really nice. So we don't think of these stones as living creatures, because they're not bio creatures, but they are filled with energy and heavy metals and minerals that make up us, also make up these stones. One of the things I talk about is that they're absorption and secretion creatures, and they divide in order to, it's not like having babies like humans do, obviously, but I've talked about it in other past videos. I've done some demonstrations, and those videos, most of them were deleted. I had to delete them because there were some kind of strikes on them or something. Yeah, music strikes, I think. So this rock could be cut in half by whatever, human influence or something other. Another rock falling on it from high above, or something smashing into it and it breaks in half. And then over time, it absorbs both sides, both halves, of many pieces actually could bust into many pieces, and then for that matter, and then over the time, everything gets absorbed into the stone. And that's how the stone grows, and that's how the stone gains maturity, and that's how the stone goes on to be many other stones and reproduces, because it divides. So it's you have to divide it and then give all the other stones a chance to absorb for themselves, right? So over the time, you got anything from the trails to something new that I don't even know what the hell it is, but some animal that shits shingles of some kind or something. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I keep finding this shit everywhere. And coincidentally, it ends up being on this stone. So, something shits on the fucking stone, and all the rain falls on the stone, the weather, it absorbs into the stone, all this kind of stuff. And then you got this going on, the scaling from the funguses and the molds and shit, absorbing into the stone. So the stone's gathering up all these heavy metals and other minerals as it grows and that kind of thing, right? But I'm just pointing this out for the sake of this, so that you understand that when we break the stone in half, the stone here, I've done it before, the imagery when we break the stones in half is the same. The builders do not build according to up, down, left, right, backward, forward, nor do they build in and out. They build all directions at all times. And I could probably collect from all that moldy area too. I might as well. No, I got a shadow in there, forget it. Anyway, that's good enough for that. Otherwise, the video is going to be too long. Hold on again. I'm going to set myself up over here. Okay, so now I'm set up with my first pot halfway through my mark. My goal is to digitally collect from these trees, and those are actually tree / bushes. I don't know. I guess we can still call them trees. And my potifier is going to be right here when I'm ready to do that. But first, let's do the trees. Okay, and while you're doing that, I'm going to get a couple things ready for my fire. So right now, I'm digitally collecting with my eyes feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over and over again. Notice the triangular shapes, very easy to see in the trees. Very easy for you to see and understand. So what's making all those triangular shapes that are making up these trees, those trees, this tree, that tree, all the fucking trees, all the grass, all the everything. What that triangular shapes that everything is built with. What is making them? It's transparent. It's invisible. We can't see it, but yes, we can, because you just have to have an appreciation for them builders, and then you'll see them and you'll understand them. Oh, I see. They're what's making the impressions. They're what makes the shape of everything depending on its heavy metal and mineral makeup. So the particular heavy metal and mineral makeup that's making up those trees, the builders will build accordingly to that, to what their makeup is. And the same thing goes with this fire that I'm about to light. Whatever I put in that fire is going to also not change the fact that it's feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. That stays the same. The fact that there is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in or out, that stays the same. The only thing that's going to change is if I change heavy metals and minerals. I can change the texture. I can change the visibility of it for you, that kind of thing. But as far as changing the true creator's work, no, it's not possible. Yeah, this is going to be good, but the only thing is, I have to come down lower. And then aim up. Try that. Okay. Line up with my pot there. That there. That's good. It's really good night. Yeah, this is good. Perfect. Okay, so digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call the trees. Matter of fact, we can even pause and do the flames while we're at it too. Get some green background behind the flames. Yeah, might as well. I was hoping for more black smoke than that. I need darker smoke. See what happens once the wood gets going. It is fun to do the flames though too, because I haven't done the flames in a long time. A couple of years. Alright, so what am I going to use to throw some fucking smoke in there? Okay, I don't want to bore you, so I'm going to go back up to the trees. And I'm gonna go find something to make some dark smoke so we can digitally collect the EMNC from that. Okay, I need something better than that. I'm gonna pause this so it's not too boring. Actually, maybe I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Okay, gonna have to bring this down lower. Okay, let me pause again. Might have to put a backing on it. It's better at nighttime with the light on it. Otherwise I'm extracting more from the flames unless I can get that smoke dark enough. We'll see. we go. There we go. Now I'll be able to digitally collect the EMNC from this smoke. Even out of those leaves and everything like that. All that bellowing smoke in there once I remaster. Alright. I'm going to do a little bit more on this one. And I don't know if I'm going to do the other one until nighttime now. I'll have to do the other one at night. I've done them at night before. They're on both channels. Alright, so let's... I think I'll be alright. I can see with my eyes. I can collect it with my eyes. So I should be alright. I don't even have to put something behind it. I was going to go get a black cloth or something like that, but I should be good. Just let that go up. Yep. Yep, I should be able to remaster it like this. So I'm going to just give it a couple more minutes, let all that smoke billow up from the pile of leaves. I don't know if I can't see the pile of leaves in the camera, but I can see the smoke. Hopefully I'm on it. Let's see. Wow, I guess I was kind of high. Where am I? Maybe I should come back a little bit. There we go. Alright. So I want to be somewhere around there. Okay. Oh, come on. If the fucking wind would stop. See, even the smoke billowing out in here, I think it should be good too. Alright. There we go. Perfect. That looks good. It's real good actually, because now I can do from the smoke and from the trees at the same time. Trees in the background. Yep. No problem. Yeah, the smoke's getting a little darker, so it'd be easier for me. Yep. I mean, it'd be better if the wind wasn't here, but slowing down a little bit here and there, and I'll grab it. Fucking wind. There we go. Come on. Once the wind calms down, or if it throws the smoke towards the camera too, works too. Damn, I wish I could find something that would burn even darker than those leaves. No darker. That was one. Okay, so it's not really the best day for it because of the wind. So anybody else that I'm asking to go ahead and replicate this, just keep that in mind. You might have a windy day, or if you're in a windy area, I probably could have set this up in between the walls over there or something else. So I'm getting it here and there when the smoke's going straight up and when it is smoky. But then the wind's taking it so fast away that I don't. There we go. There, right there. Times like that, I can get it. What I really need is like a thick black billowing smoke. I guess it's killing two birds with one stone anyway, because I'm doing the trees at the same time. So what the fuck else could I use? Let me see what I got. it's a boring video, but it might be worth it in the end. Let's see. It's just a little more difficult during the day because you don't have as much control over your lights and shadows. Because you've got the sunlight beating down on you. It's still, I can see it. I can see it, but I'd like it to be better. Let's try that out. Ouch. There we go.